Hey, what's up? It's Mark Brown from Pocket Gamer, giving you a complete rundown of all the noteworthy iOS games that have hit the App Store this week. You know what we noticed this week? There's a huge number of endless runners on the App Store. At least 6 noteworthy games this week about running forever. So let's start with them, shall we? First up, it's the turn of Sega's Blue Blur mascot, Sonic the Hedgehog. This one is, nice and colourful, and it adds a few Sonic tropes to the Temple Run formula. You can spin dash to slam through enemies, and you can make huge jumps by locking on and tapping an enemy mid-leap. And it also has the coin banking mechanic from Hardlight's other Sonic game, Sonic Jump, and also the TV show The Weakest Link. It's not going to win you over if you're utterly sick of endless runners like we are a bit. But, if you're a real Sonic nut, this is definitely going to keep you happy. Another console game turned endless runner now. It's Mini Ninjas from Square Enix this time. It used to be a sort of Zelda-like stealth adventure thing, quite imaginative. Now it's a generic endless runner with in-app purchases and side missions and all the usual cliches. What's new? Well, you can switch characters mid-run. There's one I just missed her because I died, but they each have different abilities. One can wall run, one's got a big hammer, that sort of stuff. It's kind of bland, it's kind of generic, it doesn't really stand out from the pack. We gave it a kind of a lackluster review. I'd say skip this one. The third console game to become an endless runner this week is Monday Night Combat. I have a vague recollection of that game coming out on Xbox Live as a sort of cartoony shooter, but now it's a generic endless runner with in-app purchases, and are you starting to notice a trend here, viewers? This one's got some style at least. It has this cool game show narrator who will sort of chip in with a little bit when you pick up a power-up.
Oh, look, they've got juice!
Look at that juice. Yes, it's playable, it's kind of fun, it's an endless runner. Next. Okay, so we've done console games as endless runners. How about a movie now? So Temple Run Oz is Temple Run 2, but with James Franco from the new Disney movie Oz. Pretty much exactly the same as Temple Run actually, but you now have a yellow brick road, demon monkeys, and a bit in a hot air balloon. If that's enough to make you want to buy Temple Run again, then more power to you, sister. But this one's got it's got an upfront cost of 69p, but all the same freemium crap from Temple Run 2. It's also got adverts and technical hitches, and it's kind of cynical and wretched, and I really can't recommend this one at all. Boo. Two more endless runners, promise. Knitted Deer has the advantage of having a clever art style. Everything is knitted into a woolly jumper. That's, cute. You can jump and shoot, and that's about it actually. It turns out that Knitted Deer is just an endless runner with a visual gimmick. But other than that, pretty much run-of-the-mill. You do go to hell when you die, which gives you a second chance in a more challenging section, if that's something that's exciting to you. It's not exciting to me. Next. Last one, Jones on Fire, features a blocky fireman who rescues cats. It's got a cute art style and nice music, but that's about it. It doesn't do much to stand out, just sort of merges into this blur of endless runners. But cats, everyone likes cats. cats. Oh, thank God the Endless Runners are over. Well, until next week at least. This one is called Monster Meltdown. It's a cute little puzzle game that's all about teleporting. You just tap where you want to go and you'll zip through space to be there. There's some added complexity because you can't teleport through walls, as you can see through the shadows, and because you can swap places with an enemy whenever you want. You know, it's got a nice art style. I think it's from some guys who worked on Little Big Planet. It's quite imaginative and creative. Possibly one to check out if you're into this sort of thing. Fury of the Gods looks pretty damn good actually. You can thank Unreal Engine 3 for that. This one puts you in the gigantic sandals of various Greek gods like Zeus and Poseidon and asks you to defend this nice little island thingy from invading bad guys. It's kind of tower defense. You can recruit soldiers and mythological monsters to come in and defend your, whatever that is, the Parthenon or whatever. But you can also get involved yourself by using a lightning strike or just getting in there and tapping with your giant godly finger to kill things. It's quite an interesting game, I think. You should look out for our review on this one to see if it stands up to greater scrutiny. Astro Shark uses that same orbiting mechanic that we've seen in quite a few games recently, but you know, it's still fun. You just sort of tap on a planet or hold your finger on the planet and the shark will latch on and spin around it. Some planets break apart and some are made of ice and there are rockets and mines, and it's got some clever ideas. It's a nice little game. Definitely worth some further investigation, I think. It also sounds like the shark is farting. A new one now from Forsaken Media. This time it's a Minecraft looking game, but with a tower defense twist. You start each round by designing your defensive fortress with a bunker and turrets and energy sources in this sort of Minecraft, very Minecraft looking world. Then you can sort of start the waves upon waves of enemies to come in, and you sort of get down on the ground and now you're playing a first-person shooter, shooting these goblin things, but you can also put down more turrets like I just did there. It's a good idea, but it's kind of a bit fiddly and finicky. Neither half of the game controls very well, and it just sort of generally feels more frustrating than fun. It's a shame. Sling It has a very smart control system. You move about this slingshot with one finger, and then pull back with another to fire your little dots and blobs and whatnots. You can then collect the debris of the enemy you just killed to refill your ammunition. It's really tactile and fun to play. It feels really good on the iPad. It kind of feels like it's really suited to the tablet, at least. Maybe the iPhone, I haven't tried it on that yet. But it's fun. I can really see myself getting into this one. I think it's worth checking out.
Liberation Maiden.
If you recognise the name of this game, it's because it comes from the 3DS eShop. Liberation Maiden was made by Suda51, the bonkers auteur behind games like No More Heroes and Killer 7. In this one you play as the teenage president of New Japan, obviously, who takes it upon herself to pilot a flying mech and protect her nation from danger. Gameplay wise is pretty lackluster. You basically just paint your finger over the screen to target baddies, then let loose a barrage of rockets. It seems to be kind of straightforward. We didn't really like the 3DS version very much either, but it's nice to get some more Japanese games on the App Store. They have a real sense of style and quirkiness.